Hello dear students of class 10th, welcome to civics class. I hope all of you are fit and healthy. Students, in this video, I shall be continuing with the 6th chapter from your geography book, that is political parties. Students, in the last video, I explained you about the challenges that a political party has to face. I told you that there are several loopholes when it comes to political parties. So I explained you 4 major challenges. The first one was lack of internal democracy. The second one was challenge of dynastic succession. Third, money and muscle power. And the fourth one, lack of meaningful choices that are offered to the public. So I explained you all the 4 challenges. Now the question comes, or now the thing is, what can be done to overcome those challenges? What can be done? Reforms should be brought or not? Definitely reforms should be brought in order to control those challenges. Because I explained you the loopholes. Now, if loopholes are there, then something has to be done to improve the situation of political parties. So, our next topic is how can political parties be reformed? That means what can be done, what steps can be taken to make improvement, to avoid those loopholes in a political party. Now, students, definitely I am going to explain you about the steps, the efforts that are already taken by the government and the suggestions that what can be done to improve the scenario. But before that, I have a small question. Are the political parties really willing to make reforms? Do they really need reforms or not? Now, you must be thinking, definitely if challenges are there, then definitely there must be reforms, they must be made. So, why am I asking this question? I am asking this question because the political parties, they are actually enjoying the challenges. They want those challenges because if challenges will be there, then they will be in power. They are benefiting from those challenges, from those loopholes. See, I told you that lack of internal democracy. With this challenge, the top leaders, they are taking advantage. So, students, the top leaders who are there, who generally make the decisions, they are taking advantage of that loophole, they are taking advantage of that challenge, and they are not willing to remove that challenge, because if that will not be there, if that challenge will not be there, how will they enjoy complete decision making power? How will they enjoy their power? So, if that will be removed, then their position, their power, that will also be removed. This is one point. Second, if I talk about dynastic succession, then the political parties who are actually involving their relatives, who are involving their family members, if that challenge will not be there, or if reforms will be brought regarding that, then how will those political parties involve their family members and get the support of their relatives and friends, right? If I talk about the third loophole, that is money and muscle power, then definitely most of the political parties are using that as an advantage. They are benefiting from that challenge. They are using money, they are indulging more than the required money into politics to win election. They want to win election at any cost. They are pooling more than the required money in order to be in power, to form the government. They are using muscle power. I told you the concept of corporate politics. They want support from big companies so that they can get enough money, so that they can procure enough money, and then if they will get money, they can definitely use their tactics and then win elections. So, corruption is there and they are enjoying it fully, right? So the question is, are the political parties really wanting to make improvement? Are they really interested in bringing reforms? So students, let me tell you that the government has already made several efforts in order to bring change, in order to bring reforms, and there are suggestions too that can help in bringing more reform in this entire system. So students, in this topic I shall be explaining you the efforts that were taken by the government, that the government has already taken, as well as the suggestions that needs to be put forward, that needs to be implemented properly, so that the functioning can be done smoothly, without any corruption, without least loopholes or challenges. Alright. So students, first I will explain you the efforts that the government has already taken, and after that I will be explaining you about the suggestions. So first, let us see the first effort that has been taken by the government. So as you can see here, the efforts are mentioned. So the first effort that was taken by the government is that a constitutional amendment was brought. Why? To stop the MLAs and MPs from defection. Now what is this defection? Defection means desertion of one's party. For example, let me give you an example. Let us suppose there are two parties, party A and party B. Students, before explaining this example, let me tell you one thing, that if you are opposing or criticizing any party, do not mention the name of that party. You can refer to it as party A or party B, because it is possible that suppose you are supporting BJP, but the examiner who is checking your papers, that person may be the supporter of any other party. So in order to avoid that situation, you can mention party A or party B. But if a particular or specific question is asked regarding any specific party, then definitely you need to mention the points, but you do not have to oppose, or you do not have to support any specific party in your answer sheet. Alright? Okay. So I was giving it the example of desertion, that is defection. See, what happens sometimes? Suppose there are two parties, party A and party B. Suppose party A won election by taking the candidate, a particular candidate or MLA or MP won election from a particular constituency from the ticket of party A, but due to some or the other reasons, party A is shifting, it is leaving this party A and going to party B. Maybe party B has approached party A, the MLA of party A, the party B has given the MLA some money benefits or something. So maybe because of that reason, that particular person is shifting from party A to party B. So the government has made a law that the government has made an amendment that an MLA or an MP cannot do this. Now you must be thinking that a person is free to do anything when it comes to democracy. Maybe that person is not happy with the rules and regulations of that party. Maybe some bad things might be going on in that party. Corruption may be there in that party. And definitely a person can leave any party and go to some other party. Yes, that can be done. But you know, the government has made a law that if a person will leave that particular party from where that person got elected or won the election, if the person is elected as the MP or MLA, then if a person leaves that party, then the position of that person will not be there. Suppose he is an MP and he leaves that party and goes to the next party. Then when he goes to the next party, he will not be the MP. His position will be taken away. So this law has been, or this amendment has been made by the government to stop this. Because why? What is the need to stop this? Because you know, sometimes other party members, they want to have good members in their party, right? And for that, they and for that they give money to the members, they try to influence the members. So for that the government has made this amendment. But let me tell you that wholesale defection is allowed but retail defection is not allowed. Now what is wholesale defection and what is retail defection? Wholesale means a group of people are leaving that party, leaving that particular party and moving to some other party, maybe because something might be going wrong or some other reasons. If a complete lot is going, then that is allowed, but if only one person is going or one or two people are leaving that party, then that is not allowed. In that case, that particular person has to leave his or her position. He or she will not remain an MP or an MLA. So this is the amendment that has been made by the government. So I hope the first effort that has been made by the government is clear to everybody. That means anti-defection law has been made by the government to avoid this situation. Okay, now let's come to the second effort that has been made. So candidates are required to file an affidavit to reduce money and muscle power. Now what is an affidavit? Affidavit means a promise, a written document, a promise in which the candidate will disclose his or her information regarding property or regarding any criminal case. If that person has any criminal case filed, then that also has to be mentioned in that affidavit. Then all the information related to his or her life, that means education, qualification and several other things have to be notified. To whom? To the Election Commission of India, because the complete work of election is handled by the Election Commission. Alright. So the candidates are required to file an affidavit. Now why this is helpful? Because this results in public domain. That means the public knows about you, the public knows about the leader, about the educational qualification, about any criminal case filed against that person, about the property, about the income. So that everything has to be clear cut. There has to be transparency. That this has been done to reduce money and muscle power. See, sometimes what happens, that the leaders, the candidates, they take a lot of money, they procure a lot of money on behalf of see, sometimes what happens, that the candidates, they procure a lot of money. Why? On the name of doing promotion and all for election, and for that they are actually taking purpose for that, they are actually taking money for that purpose, but they are filling their own pockets. So everything has to be notified to the Election Commission regarding their income, regarding their property, regarding their land, everything, so that everything is very much transparent and corruption may be reduced because of this. So I hope the second effort is also clear to everybody. Now let's come to the third step that has been taken by the government. See, the Election Commission has made it mandatory for the candidates to hold their organizational elections and file their income tax return. Now this is a very important rule. Now the candidates are required to file their income tax return, and then only they will be able to hold election. Then only they will be able to conduct or contest elections. Why this is done? This is done so that everything is clear. The people, the audience, the public, they must be aware of that, they must be aware of the income of the leaders they are selecting, the candidates they are voting for. Because sometimes the candidates, they take a lot of money, as I told you in the previous step also, in the previous effort also, that they procure a lot of money in the name of election, but they keep on filling their own pockets. So this is there to avoid corruption, right? So I hope all the steps that have been taken by the government are clear to everybody. Now students, we will move to the suggestions regarding this. That means what can be done, what extra things can be done to improve the scenario of political parties, to remove or to decrease the challenges. Alright. Now the first suggestion is that laws should be there to, Now the first suggestion is laws should be there to regulate the internal affairs. So laws should be made to see or regulate the internal affairs for the transparency in internal democracy. That means proper rules and regulations should be there. The decision making power, that should not only be concentrated to the topmost leaders, but all the leaders, but there must be a provision so that all the leaders can participate in the decision making power. They should be involved. They should not be excluded from the decision making power, rather they should be included in the complete system. This is the first thing. Secondly, minimum number of tickets should be given to women. That means quota should be reserved, that a fixed percentage should be reserved, that this much ticket or this percentage of tickets will be given to women, and this can be done to empower the women. With the help of this, women empowerment can be done, and diversification in the parliament will also be there. Women should also be given chance to participate. Next, the next suggestion is that there should be state funding of elections. That means the government should do the funding. Like big parties should be given funds according to the party, and the small parties should be given the funds according to their party, and the funding should be fixed. That should be done by the government, that the government should say that okay, this is the amount, and in this much money only the political party have to do whatever they want. That means campaigning and several other things. So state funding should be stressed upon, and this should be done to avoid corporate politics and all. Alright. Now the last suggestion is, it's actually the role of the people, the role of the public. See, people have a very active role to play. They should be involved actively if they really want reform. By merely saying slogans and all, reforms cannot be made. So if we really want reform, then we need to participate, we need to involve ourselves actively, and then only something can be done. Positive changes can be brought. If people are not satisfied with some or the other law or anything, then they should file petitions, they should try to bring that issue forward, and then only certain things can be changed, and then reforms can be brought. See, everybody thinks that politics is very bad, it is full of corruption and all. But if you want to improve that situation, you have to get into it, and then only things will be clean, right? So by only saying things will not work, you'll have to come inside and clean everything, clean the garbage and all. Then only it will be clean, it will not be corrupted. See, Gandhiji told that be the change that you wish to see in the world. So first you have to take steps, and then only the world will change. So people definitely have an active role to play if they really want reform. So I hope all the points related to this are clear to everybody. So here we have come to the end of this chapter. I have explained you several topics in this chapter. Let me just revise very quickly whatever we have studied. First of all, I explained you about political parties. What are political parties? A political party is a group of people who come together to contest election and to hold power in the government. This is a political party. It is a group of people actually who want to hold election and they want to come into power. Then I told you that there are three components of political party. First, the top leaders, the active leaders I would say. Second, the active members, and third, the followers. Then I explained you the concept of partisanship. That means blind commitment or blindly following any party. That refers to partisanship. Then I explained you the functions of political parties. There were several functions of a political party. Functions like they contest election, they put forward different plans and policies, they play an important role in making laws, then their role as opposition, then they shape public opinion, and several others I explained you that these are the functions of a political party. Then I explained you the necessity, that why political parties are needed. If they will not be there, then what will happen? If political parties will not be there, then independent candidates will be there. Nobody will think about the nation. Uniformity will not be there. So political parties are needed for uniform decisions, so that everybody thinks about the country, not only about oneself or a particular region. Then I explained you about party system. There are three party systems that I explained you. First, one party system, that is there in China. Second, two party system, like for example in US and UK. And third, multi-party system, that is in India. Then I explained you about national parties. I told you that there are more than 750 political parties, but only 7 to 8 parties are recognized as political parties. Then I told you about state parties. Now what are state parties? State parties are also called as regional party, the party of a particular state or particular region. For example, Aam Aadmi Party, Samajwadi Party, Shiv Sena. So these are examples of state party, and there are certain criteria that are required for a party to become a state party or a national party. And then I explained you about several challenges that a political party has to face. And after that, in today's video, I explained you that what can be done to remove those challenges, what reforms can be brought. So I hope